Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. We are from group 5. We'll present to you about English teaching writing to young learners. Before that, let me introduce the member of group 5. The first, me, Randi Kumar, and then Anggi Saputra, Ayu Mary Anjani, Dia Kesmira, Dwi Cerlinda, Elsa Mayori Harahap, Medina Wahyuni, Miranti, Muhammad Aprimudin, and Wahyunda Gusti Mildinia. Alright, without taking a lot of time, let's get started.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. Today we're gonna learn about teaching writing for young learners. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Aprimudin. Let's start the discussion. What is writing? Writing is the process to refer to the act of the gathering ideas and working with them until they are represents to manner that comprehensible to the readers. Next, let me share about the pictures. What is this writing definitions? Okay, wait a minute.
Can observe that this is definitions of the writing. When working with a young learner, this is important to remember that along with learning how to write in English, they are refining their oral language skills and depending upon the age, beginning to develop writing language skills in their native language. Remember that if a student don't have a writing skill in their native language, they most likely will not have them in their second language. Teacher of young learner should never underestimate the value of the native language literacy. To the tips. Tip of writing takes what a children can produce. One tip of the writing that is common in EFL classroom is pin pal of the pin print letter. Children can create their own versions of the virtually anything that has print in addition to the piece of the correspondence. And also, it is important that the piece of the writing be meaningful for the learner. For example, the piece of the writing in example is always done by the reason-speaking young learner, who can only say a handful of the words in English, yet the piece of the writing was very meaningful to her. That's all.
The development of writing skills. First, pre-writing. Children are prepared to write and collect thoughts or ideas and thinking about what is going to be written. Jadi di steps ini hal yang harus kita lakukan adalah mengarahkan siswa atau anak itu untuk memikirkan ide apa yang akan dia tulis sebelum dia menulis. Ide gagasan topik apa yang akan dia bawakan pada penulisannya tersebut. Jadi pada tahap ini adalah tahap memikirkan atau mencari apa yang akan dia tulis pada tulisannya, seperti itu. Kemudian next is to write. Children get their ideas and write down on a paper. Jadi setelah memikirkan ide atau gagasan tentang apa yang akan ditulis oleh si anak mulai menuangkan ide tersebut dengan langsung menuliskannya ke dalam sebuah kertas. Jadi ide yang tadi sudah dipikirkannya di pre-writing akan dituliskan dalam tahap writing atau write. 3. Revisi. The initial piece of writing is examined and reworked so the ideas are logical and flow. Nah, di tahap ini setelah si anak menulis atau siswa itu sudah menulis, maka di tahap ini adalah tahap revisi atau perbaikan. Jadi setelah dia menulis semua dengan lengkap apa ide, gagasan atau yang ingin disampaikannya tentang topiknya tersebut, maka dilihat di tulisannya itu, direvisi, diperbaiki, dibaca kembali, kemudian dilihat bagian mana saja yang kira-kira tidak sesuai atau tidak terstruktur atau ada bagian-bagian yang kurang atau perlu ditambahkan, itu di bagian revisi atau dilihat catatannya itu bagian mana saja yang salah, seperti itu. Kemudian a flow is edit. Learner work to make sure that there are not any content errors, grammatical or spelling errors. Jadi di tahapan ini itu tahap edit. Setelah tadi adanya revisi, maka tahapan ini adalah tahap pengeditan. Setelah dia mencoret bagian mana saja yang akan diperbaiki di revisi itu tadi, selanjutnya akan diperbaiki, ditulis lagi di bagian edit ini tadi. Dia akan menulis apa saja yang hal-hal yang akan diperbaiki dalam tulisan sebelumnya di revisi tadi. Jadi tahap ini adalah tahap pengeditan, menulis kembali apa yang akan ditulis dengan memperhatikan isi dari tulisan tersebut, kemudian grammarnya dan ataupun spelling error atau ejaan-ejaan dalam kata atau bacaan tersebut. Nah, yang terakhir itu adalah the five is publish. Put the writing in a final finish format. Jadi bagian ini adalah bagian penyelesaian atau bagian endingnya setelah pengeditan tadi. Maka bagian publish ini adalah dia sudah mampu untuk memberikan ke orang lain, ini hasil tulisan yang sudah saya buat, saya tuliskan, seperti itu. Jadi tulisan itu sudah tertata dengan rapi setelah melalui 4 tahapan tadi, yaitu pre-writing, write, revisi, and edit. Nah, di publish ini adalah bagian terakhir tahap penulisan.
Classroom techniques and activities split up into several sections. First is writing models. Second is group writing. Third is talking and writing box. Fourth is writing center.
5. Writing conference. There can be one conference per piece of writing, or there can be a series of conferences for a specific piece of writing. They can be brief, 2 or 3 minutes in length or longer, up to half an hour. They should be focused on a part of content. 6. Inventive spelling. Inventive spelling refers to students' attempt at spelling words based on their developing cognitive and literacy skills. When it comes to the editing and publishing stage of the process, then it is important to pay attention to spelling. And last, word walls. Word walls are lists of words that the children have encountered in their reading and that be used in their writing. Their list should be posted on the walls of your classroom. Their name learners can be referred to a word wall during various stages of writing process.
Next, writing in the classroom. Writing in the classroom, more and more young learners' course books are including a writing component. The children often have English language writing activities related to the content that learners may be studying in English or in their native language.
So, the conclusion of this presentation is teaching writing to children from pre-writing activities to publishing in a classroom requires technique and stage. As a teacher, they must see what type of writing they are able to write and what stage and activities of writing are good and correct for children. So, the writing activities in class become something that is interesting and fun in learning activities.